Flint City Councilwoman called a monkey by this guy. Now, according to multiple members of council that spoke with me directly, he has not apologized. He has not offered comment on record. Here it is.
I'm not, it is what it is. But unless we address the monkey in the room, in the negative things that you bring to chairing, and unless we address that, we are not going to move forward. Plain and simple.
The elephant, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
No, he said what he meant. Put his picture up again. Okay. What you just heard was a snippet from a Flint, Michigan City Council meeting. The white male speaking, his name is Dennis Pfeiffer. The woman that he called a monkey is Councilwoman Vice President of Council, Dr. Ladel Lewis. Dr. Lewis reached out to me to inform me of what happened. A friend of Dr. Lewis reached out as well to inform me of what happened. I needed more information. To my understanding, this individual has not offered an apology. Now keep his picture up. Sir, I don't know you. And you don't know me. I would highly encourage you, for the sake of your political career, to give an apology to your colleague. Whatever that apology may be, possibly you will say, oh, it was a slip of the tongue. Or you meant to say elephant, but you said monkey. Whatever it is, you need to say an apology. Now, if you don't, we're going to be updating the fact that you have not apologized until you do. Now, we got, 2 months and some change left in this year, sir. You don't want to bring in the holidays like this. Pfeiffer made statements aimed at removing Dr. Lewis from her role as chair of the committee. So understand the context. It was about her as chair of the meeting. Dennis Pfeiffer communicated that in a deeply racist way, stating, quote, unless we address the monkey in the room, the negative things that you bring to chairing, unless we address that, we are not going to move forward, end quote. The language is racist. After making the comment, the councilman claimed that he had allegedly used the word and meant to say elephant in the room, not monkey. Well, okay, sir. Freudian slip here, you may call it. However, he's not apologizing. See, that's the part. Because if it was an accident, what do you do when you engage in behavior that was accidental, sir? You say, I am sorry. My apology. Please forgive me. But you did not. Councilman Dennis Pfeiffer said Thursday that he doesn't intend to apologize because his remarks were never intended to describe a person, but the issue of dysfunction and division on the council. He said Lewis is attempting to deflect attention away from the vote of no confidence from her colleagues and her lack of leadership. Flint pastors are now demanding an apology from the councilman. Pastors Chris Martin and Alfred Harris made the demand. Take a listen.
There's no doubt about it. The activities at City Hall have gotten totally out of hand. We understand that you're going to have differences of opinion. We understand that you're going to get angry sometimes, but you have to control that anger and you must respect your colleagues. If you don't do that, then we have, and I'm sorry to say it, the circus that we have going on at City Hall. We come here today to demand that things change. We're asking all the council persons to put your personal beliefs behind you and move forward. Watch this, for the greater good. And as Bishop Martin said, you are examples to the entire city. Something has to happen. I don't mind you disagreeing. I don't mind you being angry, but we've got to carry out the city's business without venom. Right.
You got to think about this in full context. If the councilman made a mistake, as he's floating he did, why would you then be adverse to an apology if your mistake offended somebody? If it was accidentally said and it is now part of the narrative against you for being racist, but you did it by accident, what is the issue with you not simply saying, I'm sorry? You see, that's the reason why people don't believe you. Now, this is not the first time that Black women on the board, on the council, have experienced horrific racism throughout this year. Throughout this year, Lewis and 3rd Ward Council member Quincy Murphy have each been targeted with racial slurs from 1st Ward Councilman Eric Mays, who has referred to the council members, both of whom are Black women, as handkerchief head Negroes, Uncle Toms and Sambos. So there's this language context, and we all know Mr. Mays. All right, I actually like some of his retorts, given when he is snapped at, he snaps back. So here's what I think has happened. I could be wrong, but Pfeiffer, because of some of the other language that he's heard, he thought maybe I can engage in saying the word monkey and get away with it. No, sir. No, sir. You cannot. And the fact that you even want to be known in this light without offering an apology is telling in itself. So let's dig deep. A lot of issues, a lot of real problems, a lot of actual dynamics that need to be fixed in Flint, and a lot of good-hearted people in that city who deserve good leadership. Sir, calling someone a monkey, referring to them, as you say, accidentally in that manner, would obviously warrant an apology. Clock is ticking. All right, Francesca, thoughts?
No, just put on your big boy pants and do it. If you misspoke, and that's fine. But the fact that you're not apologizing means it actually kind of feels like you meant to say monkey, right? Like it kind of sounds like it was racist, and that it was by intention. Look, I think that this is, I don't know the vice chair Lewis. I don't know her background. I don't know if she's a good chair or not. But it is distracting from your entire point if you're trying to depose her, right? Or if you're trying to get to business by not apologizing. And I think that too often we, look, this might be an instance where we're getting, waylaid by a simple mistake. But if it is a simple mistake, then just say you're sorry and move on and make your point. So I don't know. I just feel for the people of Flint. I think it's really important that the city council gets to work. Obviously, we understand that the people of Flint have been wronged by their representatives for so long. And so I hope that they can work it out and not can move past this eventually and work for the people.
Yep, there you go.